loss of Antoine Winfield. You've heard Rick say over and over again throughout our podcast since Winfield signed with Seattle that we should not underestimate the loss that the impact that the loss of Winfield is going to have on the Vikings defense. I think the Vikings were trying to get cute with Winfield. They thought they could let him go and have him come back at a lower salary. That his salary was like $7.25 million, I think, and they wanted to come back a lower salary. That'd be fine if they would have up front tried to renegotiate his contract, but they didn't do it. They got cute with it and offended him, I think, and so they gambled and they lost. And Winfield signed with the Seattle Seahawks. Now, think about our secondary right now. We've got Chris Cook, who has potential. He has shown he can be good, but he's been injured often, and we don't know, whether he's injury prone or not yet. So can he stay healthy? We've got Xavier Rhodes, a first-round pick, who looks good, and I assume the Vikings will want him to start, but he's a rookie. So we've got that. We've got Josh Robinson, who struggled last year as a rookie, so he's coming off a sort of a difficult first year as in the league. And then we have A.J. Henderson, who was just amazingly, bafflingly often in position, but just couldn't make a play on the ball, couldn't pick the ball off or defend the ball. He was in position, but he just couldn't make plays. So we've got that with our cornerbacks. And then we've got a battle between Jamarca Sanford, Mistral Raymond, and Robert Blanton at safety at the other safety position. Jamarca Sanford earned a starting role last year, but I think the Vikings still want some competition at that position. I think they sort of favor Mistral Raymond over what he can do, and we'll have a battle there. But everything, the cornerback, the defensive back positions are sort of are far from settled. Let's put it that way. So losing Winfield didn't help in that regard. Now, how good is Winfield? We've got some numbers here. This is coming from Pro Football Focus, a website that analyzes every play of every snap of every play of every player in the league and runs statistics. They're sort of the number crunchers of the NFL. And they have some interesting numbers. So they rated Winfield the 5th best cornerback during the past 5 years with a 35.1 grade. Now, to give you some comparison of what that is, the first quarterback during the past 5 years they rated was Darrelle Revis. And Revis had 80.7 as a grade for a cornerback. The next one, Charles Woodson, is number 2, and his rating was 43.8. So that tells you how good Revis is. He's that much better than the second best cornerback. Third was Brandon Flowers of Kansas City with 40.9 rating. Champ Bailey rated out at 38.5, and then Winfield with 35.1. Now, for 4 complete seasons, Winfield has yet to allow 10 yards per reception into his coverage. He hasn't allowed a passing touchdown in the past 3 years, so he's not bad in coverage, right? But his strong suit, as we all know, is in run defense, and he is the top-rated during the past 5 years. He's top-rated overall run defender among cornerbacks with a rating of 41.5. The second best run defender of cornerbacks in the past 5 years is Ladarius Webb of Baltimore, and his rating was 15.8 compared to Antoine Winfield's 41.5. That's how much better Antoine Winfield is in run defense than the next best run defending cornerback in the league. So that's a big loss. That's a big, tough loss, and I don't think we can expect Josh Robinson to come close to that. So we need to make that up somewhere, right? This is it for this week. That's a wrap. Until next week, my name is David Erickson. This is Minnesota Vikings Chat, the podcast of MinnesotaVikingsChat.com. Follow us there. On Facebook at facebook.com/Minnesota Vikings Chat, on Twitter at twitter.com/MN Vikings Chat. Use the Vikings Chat hashtag so we know when you're talking Vikings. And until next week, go Vikings!